Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. Today's video is going to be the start of a short series. I had an idea a little while ago where I thought it would be interesting to show the effects of regulators on sub 500 feet per second air guns. And since I didn't have any unregulated sub 500 guns laying around that would suit the video I wanted to make, I figured I'd order a new project gun to get things going. I had a few requirements for the gun. I wanted another 25 cal gun with a big air tank, a wooden stock, and something with an action I was familiar with. So I settled on the Crawl Puncher Pro 500, which, as we're about to see, may have been a mistake. Well, not a mistake exactly, but a bit of a burden, as the 500cc air tank is absolutely massive. After all the shooting I did for today's video, I am no longer planning to upgrade to a 700cc bottle, which had been my initial plan for this gun down the road. Okay, let's get right into it. For this video, I filled the gun to 250 bar, and my plan was to shoot it until the pellets were essentially just falling out of the end of the barrel, not only to see how many good shots the gun got and how consistent it shot, but to figure out where I wanted to set the regulator when I installed it. Now, if I remember correctly, when I bought the gun, it was listed as shooting at 430 feet per second, which is a little slow, but it's enough for the plinking and very occasional pesting that this gun is going to be used for. I didn't see which pellet that was with, but it's likely a 28-ish grain pellet, as that seems to be what most of the sub 500 feet per second 25 cal guns are tested with. Just a side note, over the course of this video series, I'm not planning on doing any work to the internals of the gun. I'm just going to do what most general customers would do and slap the regulator on the gun as it came from the factory. I may not even adjust the reg. Well, we will see. Okay, so usually out of these sub 500 25 cal guns, I'll shoot a mid-weight pellet, but today I'm going to use 20.06 grain field target trophy from H&N because out of all the pellets that this gun liked in the very quick pellet testing that I did, they were the most cost effective. I grabbed what I thought was a full 200 count tin and was on my way. I figured that would be enough ammo for a full shot string. Well, not only was the tin not full because I'm an idiot, but 200 pellets wouldn't even be enough. We'll get into that in a bit. Oh, on another side note, you may notice that the gun is having feeding issues throughout the first half of this shot string. This is due to the mags not liking the shorter length of the FTT pellets. I've had this issue in most of the 25 cal mags I've used them in, and later in the video when I switch to a slightly longer pellet, the issue goes away. Starting with the very lightweight field target trophy pellets, the gun was shooting just over 500 feet per second, which is what I've come to expect in sub 525 with these pellets. All 5 of these sub 525 cal guns I've bought have been the same with FTT pellets, regardless of gun source or brand. For the first 20 shots, we had a high of 520 feet per second and a low of 503, giving us an average of about 511 feet per second, or 11.63 foot-pounds of energy. At the 100 shot mark, we were hovering just above 200 bar of air. We saw this same basic trend carry all the way out to the 110th shot, where I ran out of FTT pellets. At that point, we were getting an average speed of about 503 feet per second, or 11.31 foot-pounds of energy. Over these 110 shots, there was a very rare lower shot from the gun, shooting at about 470-ish feet per second, maybe about 3 or 4 of them in total. Without these random low shots, we saw a spread of about 25 feet per second. At this point, I switched out to the only other pellet I had with me that wasn't ridiculously heavy and that the gun shot accurately. 26.54 grain JSB Hades. And I just know that some of you are going to be cringing at how fast I plow through these pellets. Now, I was hoping to shoot the entire shot string with just one pellet, but here we are, and I still think this'll work. But I'm sorry to any of you who were hoping to see just one pellet through the full shot string. Okay, so from shot 111 to 150, we saw a high of 451 and a low of 435, with an average speed of about 442 feet per second, or 11.51 foot-pounds of energy, which is not much lower than where the FTT started off, at least energy-wise. And much like with the FTT pellets, the trend of relative stability continued all the way out to the 220th shot, where I again ran out of pellets. Over the last 20 shots, we saw a high of 444 feet per second and a low of 427, with an average speed of 435 feet per second, or 11.15 foot-pounds of energy. The shots from 111 out to 220 saw an extreme spread of about 24 feet per second. At the 220 shot mark, the air was sitting just a sliver above 150 bar. And now, since this is clearly amateur hour and I didn't bring enough pellets with me, I'll have to continue this shot string at a later date. I'm going to do all the rest of the shooting in this series with JSB Hades, which I'm not thrilled about from a cost perspective, but it is what it is. I've made my bed, and now I have to sleep in it. All in all, I'm pretty impressed with how this gun is shooting. What do you guys think so far? In the next video, I'll finish shooting the gun till it can no longer perform. Feel free to drop a comment down below with a guess of how many shots I'll be able to get in total before that happens. Feel free to like this video or subscribe to the channel if that's the sort of thing you're into. Thanks for watching and have a great day.